How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer. Just out on the road here, headed into the city. Actually going to drop off my paperwork for my taxes. The way COVID is last year and even this year continuing on, you want to get your taxes done, at least where I get them done. There's only one way to do it. You have to drop off your paperwork. They'll do your taxes for you, and then they'll call you when it's ready, and then you come in and pay for the transaction. So while I'm in town, I've actually got a bag here of all sorts of goodies, some VHS, a couple of games, I believe, as well. I'm going to drop it off at the thrift store, and then I'm going to head in. It's 10:34 right now, so by the time I get to the city, drop off my paperwork, and then cross the street over to the Valley Village. Should be around 11 o'clock. So it should be a lot of fun. While we're on the topic of that, I watched Ricardo Cody's latest video. Great video, great guy. I'll post a link in the description and the pinned comment below. And he basically posted a video. It's about 40 minutes long. Now, he's a collector slash reseller, but he was sort of talking about how, you know, there's been a discussion in the community, you know, is collecting no longer fun anymore? Is it hard to collect? No more good finds out there? You know, are all the good games being snatched up by all the other collectors out there? And I know Afro Gamer Dude was kind of venting about that recently as well. Ricardo really, you know, painted a great picture as to, you know, what's really going on out there. Is there no more games out there to collect? You know, I don't think that's true. I think exactly what Ricardo said. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know, if you're going to go game hunting, you got to get up at the butt crack of dawn. Not always. Obviously, today it's almost 11 o'clock and I'm going out. But a lot of times if you're headed out to the flea market, as an example, and I know Baltimore Retro Gaming can sort of relate to this as well. You got to get to the flea market right at like 6 or 7, whenever they're just opening up and putting stuff out on the tables. Of course, if you show up at the flea market later on in the afternoon, a lot of the great deals are already snatched up. So if you check out Ricardo's pickups video, I don't know how he did it. He picked up a Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing edition for $20. Obviously, whoever sold that to him, they didn't know exactly what they had, because there's no way in hell anyone in their right mind would sell a Nintendo Switch for $20. That's unheard of. He picked up a PS3 complete in box for, gosh, I don't know, $40. He picked up a Legend of Zelda Wind Waker Wii U complete in box for $70. He recently picked up Zombies Ate My Neighbors for the Genesis. So lots of insane pickups that guy's been finding, and he's been doing it, you know, while he's working as well. So he's busy just like me, but he's savvy about it. He's relentless. He picked up a TurboGrafx 16 Mini. I'd never seen those out in the wild. So are there good deals to be had? Absolutely. Do you have to be absolutely relentless about it? Yes, you do. And I've said it before too, you know, you got to be consistent too. You know, you got to go to the thrift store a couple of days a week. If you only go once a week, you know, it's whatever's in there. But if you go every day, it might be a bit much. I don't really have time to go every day. There was a time when I was going every day. You know, you go in one day, there's nothing. You go in the next day, you're like, holy shit, where'd this come from? If you go in once every 3 or 4 days, obviously you're missing some of the gold that's in between. You know, also as well, you can't be, this is my personal opinion, you can't be unwilling to travel outside of your zone. I kind of live out where the buses don't run. So out in the country, you're going to find a lot of gold, because obviously there's not as many people that live out there, and the people that live in the city aren't willing to travel out to the country to pick up that gold. So I'm fortunate in that regards, but I'm close enough to the city. I'm only about a half hour away, that if need be, I can go in there if I see something on the classified. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. But I was out, way out in buttfuck nowhere, yesterday, And while I was heading out of this small town that I was in, I stopped off at a pawn shop, and I shot a video, but I didn't pick anything up, so I sort of scrapped it. But I walked into this pawn shop, and I kid you guys not, every single PS3 and Xbox 360 game that they had in there was $4. I swear to God. Had I known this place had existed, I probably would have picked up all the games that I needed in this store, because I sort of piecemealed it together and picked up games as they went along, $10 here, $8 there, $12 here, $20 there. Whereas this store had all the PS3 games for $4. It's just, unfortunately, I already have pretty much all the games that I'm looking for the most part. But that just goes to show, like I said, I went sort of out where I don't normally travel, and I found a little bit of a hot spot. Whereas when you're in the city, it's a lot harder. Not only is there a lot of collectors, looking for the games at the thrift stores, but there's a lot of resellers as well. So it can be a bit demoralizing, but you got to sort of think outside the box as well. So anyways, I'm just about into the city here. When we come back, we'll be in the thrift store. I'll try to cut some footage as well if I can, and then we'll end this video. We'll go back to the games room. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Stick along for the ride. Should be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're back in the car. I'm going to keep my glasses on because for whatever reason, when I try to stare at the lens on my phone, I can never get it right, and it always looks like I'm looking away from the camera. So I picked up a couple of games at the thrift store that have been on my radar, one for the PlayStation 2 and another for the Xbox 360. At the end of the video, we'll head back to the games room and I'll show you guys what I picked up. Believe it or not, they actually had Rampage, the game Rampage for the PlayStation 2. I didn't even know that existed on the PlayStation 2. And it was $10. I had a 20% off coupon. Albeit I got to the front cash of the thrift store, go to check out. I take a closer look at the disc, and there's like a hairline crack right in the center of the disc there. So I'm like, fuck. So I didn't get that. I give it back to the cashier. I'm like, there's a crack on the disc. She's like, well, do you want me to see if we can get a discount? Do you still want it? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm showing you this so that you guys can pull this off the shelf. You shouldn't be selling it like this. So anyways, needless to say, right now I'm in a parking lot of an apartment complex for which I don't live at. And the reason for that is I signed up for Uber recently. And when I signed up for Uber, I was getting an email constantly. They were nagging me. They were harassing me. Sign up for Uber Eats. You get $30 off your first order as long as you spend $1. So I'm like, yeah, that's a good deal. Tried out the app out where I live, out in the country, and Uber doesn't even exist out that way. They won't, nobody, I guess, has Uber out that way, not yet anyways. So the only way to take advantage of this offer or this incentive is to come into the city. So today I'm like, okay, I'll fucking try it out, skeptical. Pull up the Uber Eats, and I put in this address of where I'm at just so that they can deliver the food to me, right? And I noticed right away I can't choose Chinese food on the list of restaurants. So right off the bat, sour taste in my mouth. Uber Eats, you can only select from what's ever on the vendor list. I'm like, oh my god, how can there not be Chinese food? And then I tried to order a pizza from Gabriel's Pizza, which is one of the biggest pizza chains in Canada. I don't know if it's in the US. There's no Gabriel's on the list. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, so I had to order. I didn't have to, but there wasn't much on the list. There was like food that I'm not overly familiar with, like Cantonese and other sort of food that's probably good. I just need to understand what it is I'm eating before I jump head first into it. So I'm like, okay, I at this point I just want to go home. So I kind of want to get something healthy, but I couldn't find anything on the list. Like, it's just like like, this really isn't working out for me, this Uber Eats. So then I'm like, hey, whatever. Just I gotta get home. I gotta get out of the city. So, you know, just order a large pizza and 10 hot wings from this local pizzeria that I'd never even heard of before. Don't even know if it's any good. And so I get to the checkout and it comes up to 48 bucks, I think it was. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, I got a 2 liter of pop as well. Yeah, eating real healthy. So I check out and it's like 48 bucks. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like a service fee, delivery fee, taxes. Like, I don't know. It's like I'm getting 30 bucks off, but they're still charging the taxes based on the complete cost of the meal. So it's like, okay, this is really starting to come across like a fucking scam. So then I took the wings off and I got the meal under 30 bucks. I took some of the toppings off the pizza. I'm like, this is just fucking retarded. And then I check out and it's asking me to tip the delivery driver like $7 or something, like 18%. Like, oh my God. So I guess when it's all said and done, this is going to cost me about 15 bucks and 45 minutes of my time, because it's going to take 45 minutes for them because it's going to take them about 45 minutes to deliver this food to this address that I don't even live at. So at the end of the day, was this really worth it? No, I don't think so. I would have been further ahead just to order something cheap like Subway or something for $8 sub of the day and just walking off the street, pick up my sub and go home. Not any of this bullshit. $30 off, but you got to spend 15 bucks and wait around for 45 minutes. Hardly worth it. So I won't be using Uber Eats ever again. Once I pick this food up, I'll uninstall that app so that they're not harassing me and hounding me anymore. I'll probably keep the Uber app because that's the way of the future. You know, when you're in the city, sometimes it's hard to flag down a taxi cab. But that's my Uber Eats rant for the day. Again, just an absolute shit show. You can't select certain vendors on the list. They offered me 30 bucks off, but I still had to spend about 15. And I had to order food from a restaurant I've never even been to before. So yeah, not impressed with Uber Eats right now. So anyways, guys, when we catch up, I'll be back in the games room. I'll show you guys what games I picked up, and then we'll wrap this video up. So stay tuned. Alright, so here's the food. Got the wings here. We got the pizza here. Regino's Pizzeria. Sounds Italian. I don't know. Let's take a look at it. Fucking pizza's cold. It took a half hour to get home. I don't know. Looks kind of like McCain's. Anyways, let's head back to the games room and finish this video off. Alright, so here's today's pickups. Not much to show. Now, before we get started, I do want to mention the thrift store actually had quite a few Wii U games, as you probably saw in that small clip that I took. Unfortunately, they had the prices marked, I wouldn't even say accordingly. The prices were pretty out of whack. In some cases, they were asking $49.99, $59.99 for some used Wii U games, so that was out of the question. Now, they did have a copy of Rampage for the PS2. I didn't even know Rampage was on the PS2, and it was $10. So I had a 20% off coupon for the thrift store today. I picked up Rampage, but when I got to the cash, the disc actually had a small crack in it towards the center ring of the disc. So I gave it back to the cashier, and she said, well, do you want me to see if I can get a discount on this for you? I said, no. I said, if anything, you guys should pull this from the shelf, and you shouldn't be selling it like this because the disc is cracked. So she was like, oh, okay. So I did want to show you guys, I didn't actually pick this up, but I've been listening to it in the car. A lot of you guys probably don't know, I'm a huge fan of the rock band, the Beach Boys. And this is The Warmth of the Sun. Big fan of Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys. They had so many great tunes. You know, out of the big four bands, I would say, or maybe the five, the Kinks, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Animals, I'd probably say the Beach Boys are my favorite. And then after the Beach Boys, it would be the Rolling Stones and the Animals, the Kinks, and then the Beatles would probably be my least favorite out of all those sort of earlier pop bands from the 60s. But I hold the Beach Boys in high regard. I hold them high on the pecking order. Obviously Pet Sounds, Surf's Up. There's so many great albums and songs from the Beach Boys. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. As the warm weather starts to approach us and become upon us here, it's time to dig out those good tunes and good driving weather. So I finally picked up a copy of Vampire Rain. Now, I don't pretend that this is a good game. Obviously, it's been critically panned to death universally. But that being said, even a bad game can have redeeming qualities. Now, for the life of me, I thought this was a Sega published game, but I'm wrong. This was actually, I'm not even quite sure who published it, but it's done by AQ Interactive. Obviously a budget release. Now the game's not that hard to find. You can pick it up for under $10 on eBay. That being said, a lot of people don't know this. This game got a port to the PS3. You'll notice it's got different box art, and I think they may have changed the title of the game as well, but it's the same game. So if you can find the PS3 port, you know, even if you don't have any intentions on playing the game, it would be probably a good one to have for the PS3 collection. It's pretty scarce and pretty hard to come by. So there you have it, Vampire Rain. Again, just because it was panned by the critics, who knows, maybe it is a good game. Now, one thing I wanted to show you guys, I thought it was kind of interesting, not that it means a whole lot, but there's kind of like an inner, like a barcode. So I've never seen that on a 360 game before, kind of unique. Thought that was kind of cool. And the last game I want to show you guys, this is a game that's sort of a hidden gem. I've heard about this quite a bit over the years. I know a guy I used to follow, Dean Thompson at Escape the Game. He used to talk about it quite a bit. And then I watched another video of it recently as well. This actually looks like a really good game. And this is Corvette 50th Anniversary. You get to play, you get to use basically all the Corvettes from the last 50 years up until this game had been released. This game bears a lot of similarities to Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, a game that I've been playing quite a bit of lately as well. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this. This is a game that you can typically find pretty cheap, but again, don't be dissuaded by the cover art. This is apparently a very good racing game. Not to be confused with the other Corvette racing game on the PS2. I don't think it's quite as good as this one. But that being said, I'm probably going to pop this one on tonight after I get done posting this video. Very happy to have this in the collection. Again, another game that I've oftentimes held in my hands at the store and I've always put back on the shelf. Well, today I finally picked it up. So I got both these games, $5.99 a piece, 20% off. So I got both these games together for under $10. And these were two games that I had on my list of games to pick up. So I guess the last thing I'll say to end on this video, you know, I'm really glad I didn't jump onto the Xbox Series and the PS5 bandwagon, because clearly there's no games to be played on those consoles right now. It's really quite pathetic if you ask me. So I've kind of taken I've kind of gone forward in reverse, if you will. I'm continuing to collect for the older consoles, and I'm enjoying these budget releases and you know, buying these affordable titles that I can have a lot of fun with. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.